Last time on Astronautica.
Having successfully thwarted the grafter plot to blow up the wormhole on Nova Lumo, our heroes were contacted by one Charles Crocker, who told them that he had a job for them. And now, they're headed to the Daedalus space station orbiting Mars to try and unravel the secret behind a series of mysterious deaths. But what other mysteries shall they find aboard this space station? And what does the darkness of space hold for them? Find out, right here and now, on Astronautica, Chapter 2.
Your ship nears the station. As it does, you begin to understand the immensity of this thing. It is huge. It's essentially a large city floating in space. At one end, to the right, you see a large circle, still under construction. You recognize it as a significantly larger iteration of the wormhole generator that you went through. This thing is big. And
I heard size doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're not, Oka's not a size queen.
Regardless, yeah, something, motion, ocean, it's very large. Maybe they're compensating for something, who knows?
The world may never know.
It is very large. It is not yet complete, but it looks like it could be completed soon. It's getting there. It's getting close. As your eyes scan along the station, you begin to notice that the areas closer to that wormhole generator are a lot newer. They're a lot nicer. They're cleaner. And then there's a sort of middle hub that seems to be where all of the smaller ships are coming in and out of. It's actually where you're heading toward. And then to the left of you, there's the rest of the ship that seems to be falling into disrepair. You can actually see bits and panels, radiation shields, loose and floating, wires sticking out. There's chunks of it that look like they've just sort of been blown off. As you approach, you actually see a small, you can't tell what it is, but it looks like a sort of silvery gray liquid pour out from a small chamber on the old ship at the very far end. And it just begins tearing it apart, dissolving it, as it were. Little bits and pieces fly off of it and float through space in that strange, eerie way that things move through the vacuum of space. And as you watch, one piece flies out far enough toward this sort of mesh of what look like turrets. And as it approaches, the turrets power up, focus in on it, and blast it into nothingness.
Oh my. That's a lot. This looks like, GM, this looks kind of like they're decommissioning stuff and like it's some sort of, debris net, for lack of a better term?
Yeah.
And this is surrounding the...
It's
tower?
actually, it's on all sides of this station, except for really one entry point, which is the wormhole. It's basically like a giant sphere of laser turrets surrounding this, keeping it safe from external debris and also internal debris. You dock. The ship slowly lands. The hatch depressurizes. And the door lowers. And you hear the sound of a bustling spaceport outside. Before anyone can do anything, Nakiri is just like out. She is bolted and runs out and just stands there with her mouth hanging open. What you see in this spaceport is you're standing essentially on a disc surrounded by a dome of glass. You see space all around you, the stars. You see a pale blue dot in the distance that you think is probably Earth. And you see something else much closer to you that you hadn't really seen. It's about the size of maybe a large marble. It's a green planet, beautiful and verdant. It's Mars.
Ah. Great beaches on Mars. I went there for my Sweet 16. It's wonderful.
Oh, did you? That was a thing that you did?
Yes?
No, I wasn't being sarcastic. I'm just really tired. I sound much more sarcastic than I am. You know.
Yeah, totally. And I'm definitely not exaggerating at all. It was a Sweet 16 on Mars, and I went to the beach.
Naturally.
I swear I'm telling the truth.
Yes, we're both trustworthy people. Right,
Yes.
Hazel?
Yep, trustworthy. That's the word I'd use.
Nimble rolls her eyes and walks past you both. Goes and puts her hand on Nakiri's shoulder. The spaceport is large. It is kind of like an airport, but significantly larger. There are pod hotels and restaurants and duty-free shopping areas. There are all sorts of places. You see, sort of in the distance, a flickering neon sign that says KWM. It's actually KWM apostrophe S. Coombs. It looks to be a bar. And there's a food court as well.
For half a second, I thought you were going to be like a radio station. KW... KWSPACE.
Oh my god.
In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning. Hey everybody, welcome back to WKUM. Mars' #1 station.
In space! It's always like the weird like.
What was that?
It's always like a weird like noise or something like very obnoxious, like. It's the morning.
Here's my co-host Screechy Joe is with me.
Joe, yeah.
Oh my god.
Squawk.
What the fuck is...
It's raining! Thanks, Joe. And now, some music.
On with the show.
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh my god.
So we've got Coom's Bar.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a bunch of alien shit. Fuck y'all. Oh my god. There is a bar. It looks sort of nice, kind of like a weird tiki bar, like maybe a little run down, but not too bad. And you see the majority of travelers are heading off to the right, to the new side. There's a set of double doors leading to the left that look like very shabby, sort of industrial, like old Soviet, rusted, not particularly welcoming and inviting. And there's a Union Army guard standing in front of them who's armed, but seems, from their body language, seems incredibly bored. What would y'all like to do?
I want a drink.
Go for a drink. Great minds and such.
Yeah, I just want to go get a beer.
Great minds often think very similarly when they are together in a space. That's the quote, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yep, exactly.
Oka's Tomekeeper coming into play. Oka promises she
Good.
definitely read that book she was supposed to.
Yeah, right.
So, y'all are thinking about a drink. There is the bar directly ahead, and there's the food court that looks like you could probably rustle up a drink in there as well.
I'll go to the bar,
Yeah,
especially
bar
if they have a
drink.
stage. Soak up the local culture. We're trying to find rumors about a
Definitely.
murder.
Murder.
You actually-
Yes, I was.
A murder most foul. As you walk up to the bar, you see that it is mostly filled with people. However, there are a couple of aliens sitting there. One is a large, spine-tipped. It's one of those large pangolin-like aliens. They're big, and they have these large spines that are tipped in iron. And he's got both kind of claw paws on a drink, and you can tell he's handling this glass. He has like a tiki glass with like a little umbrella, and he is handling it so gingerly. Like everything he's doing, you get the idea that he's probably broken a lot of glasses in his time. Sitting next to him is a robot. It is a humanoid automaton, the inside of which has a little plant. And the plant's vines are sort of woven through the robot, and it has a little cup of it's got like a little tiny watering can, and it is just watering the plant slowly and then setting it down. And they seem to be conversing to each other. I should say, the two aliens, the two extraterrestrials, are talking. At the bar stands one of the Jacani, one of the tall, gray, pallid, highly trustworthy, in Oka's case, aliens that you previously have met. They are standing at the bar. They seem to be the bartender. However, there's something interesting about them, is that they actually have a set of mechanical arms below their arms. That seems to be somehow integrated into their spine. And
This is the bartender with the mecha arm?
This is the bartender. And they are, using two to pour a beer, and the other two are polishing a glass, and they're conversing with one of the humans who's ponied up to the bar. So, you walk in. There is actually a little stage and a stool with a little, like, ukulele on it. It seems they're really leaning into the tiki, but you can also tell that they don't fully understand tiki. Like, there's things around that don't fit. Like, there's tiki stuff, and then there's also, like, a pitchfork on the wall in that sort of weird Americana way. Where
They found like a tiki book or like an earth book and was like, here we go.
Like, yeah, this is tiki, and this is tiki too. So it's close, but it's not quite right. Yeah. As you walk in, the bartender swivels their head around and blinks wetly at you and says, "Ah, welcome. Do come in. Have a seat wherever you'd like. Can I get you something to drink?"
I'll take the most tiki drink you have.
Absolutely. And for you?
I'd just like a beer.
A beer. Fine. He seems a little disappointed, but he nods and says, "Yes, and you, miss? What can I get for you?"
What's the strongest thing you've got?
That would also be the most tiki thing I have.
Amazing.
Oh, would it really? Oh, yes. Give me the strongest thing you've got, but something that can. Okay. Hear me out. Okay, so give me a drink that could be to the brink of fatal for humans, but it won't kill me. Right? I might get sick for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
So you want a shot? You want a rocks glass full of Malort?
I don't know what that is, actually.
Hysterical. Oh my God. Yeah. Dear listener, if you're not in the Chicago area and you have not been introduced to the wonder that is Malort, it tastes kind of like grapefruit inside of burning.
And tar.
Yeah, like a burning tire. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah.
So, the bartender nods, and Nimble goes, "I'll just have a water, thank you." And Nikiri goes, "I'm good with like water. Water's good, thanks." And he busies himself. I'll have him roll for this. Oh yeah, he good. This is an experienced and exquisite bartender. By the way, this Jakani is dressed sort of like an old-timey bartender. They have a vest and a button-down that looks like it was probably tailored for them, as their arms are very long and spindly. And they have on pants, and they have a little pocket watch. And they just go to town on these drinks. The beer comes out first, naturally. It is the easiest to make, along with the water.
Love him. Oh my God.
This is essentially the bartender I wish I could be. It's like,
Aw.
the number of times I wish I had forearms when I'm bartending is
Sure. Yeah.
almost constant.
This is Matt's power fantasy, dear listener.
This is my power fantasy is being a very, very long alien who also still serves people drinks. How sad. He makes you this exquisite tiki drink. It's got like 30 ingredients in it. It comes in this ridiculous, oversized, ostentatious bowl. And as he sets it down in front of you, he actually, one of his mechanical arms, the finger opens up and there's a little lighter inside, and he lights in the center. There is a floating little hollowed out lime half that's full of a liquid, and he lights it, and it starts burning, and then he taps it in and it falls into the drink and mixes. And he sets it in front of Kyler with a flourish. And then, Oka, for you, he sets down a small rocks glass, and he pulls out a bottle. It's sort of dark green. And he says, "So this actually is an old family recipe. It's something that I've never given a human before. I genuinely don't know if you'll be able to metabolize it. But I think this is exactly what you're looking for.
Immediately take it and
All right.
chug
It's
it.
like it is like one of those sort of small rocks glasses that's like a double shot. And he
Okay, yeah.
he pours it and you pound it. Oka, make a force check.
Oh no.
Okay.
Here we go.
You got it. 6 dice here. 2 6s.
Hey.
Partial.
2 successes.
Partial success. All right. Do you want to
Yep.
push it all or are you sticking with the 2?
Okay.
Okay.
The partial.
Cool. Oka, you don't take any damage from this, but it feels like you definitely could. The world melts around you, and you find yourself in a strange floating void. You feel something moving around you, something big, something huge. You see
Oh,
in the
shit.
distance a pair of stars glittering.
Oh no.
And then slowly you realize those aren't stars. Those are eyes. And they're coming towards you at a rapid rate. And then you wake up again. To everyone else, Oka basically just went catatonic and fell out of her seat. You can make an agility check if you would like to try and catch her.
I'll give it a go, yeah. Oh my god, okay. I've been too drunk at the club before. I know how it goes. Straight up agility. Okay.
Yep.
That is no successes.
All right. I will say because Oga, yeah. Oga falls and like kind of clanks on the desk as she goes down. It seems pretty. It's not a great sound, but you don't really think she's probably okay. 15 seconds pass, and then Oka, you come to again. Your stomach hurts. And you see the large head of the bartender, his 2 pallid eyes, staring over the bar at you, and he says, "Well, was it good?"
I give him a thumbs up and like a a sickly smile.
Oh no.
Excellent. The bartender smiles and leans back and says, "So I don't think I recognize any of you. What brings you to our, what is the phrase, neck of the woods? Is that what you say, you humans?"
Some say chin of the jungle. I don't know. Yeah, I'm
Crook of
still
the
very,
chin
very
is
drunk.
another one. What brings you to this
Do
crook of
they?
the chin? Yeah.
Yes,
So-
yes, I'm still whatever. Yeah, I'm just. Whew.
What brings you to this chin of the jungle? What brings you to our chin
Amazing.
Hold.
We're new around here.
of the jungle? Well, welcome. I would be happy to assist in any way that I can.
We're new here. Yes. Some off-world transfers, right? Moving up through the ranks of Crocker Industries.
He does what you think. He doesn't have strong emotion. His face is very still, but he sort of crooks his head a little and says, "Well, congratulations. Is this your first time off-world?"
Actually, it's mine. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's mine
Yep,
as well.
Definitely first time
yes.
off world.
Nimble,
you-
Nimble goes, "I thought you had a sweet 16."
Oh, I mean, to space at this point. It's
That you forgot, obviously.
yeah.
Do you wanna
Fuck it.
roll for that? Do you wanna?
I'll go ahead and roll. I just do remember at the end of chapter 1, like talking about it being my first time in space.
Absolutely.
So, like,
Absolutely. No, it's yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is everybody knows Kyler's full of shit. Let's
So,
just see how.
what am I rolling for this? Is it
this will
manipulation
be
or?
this will be a manipulation
Okay,
roll? Yes.
cool. Tight.
Oh man.
Here we go. That is 3 successes, baby.
All right. Well, you can't fool the people that you told the truth to, but you can fool the bartender who doesn't know you. And he says, you know, a seasoned traveler then.
Very, yes. I've seen and done it all. Mars yesterday, baby.
Oh, you were on Mars yesterday. You do get around.
Is it have you been to Mars? Like what's
Oh, no, I haven't yet made my way there. I came here a little while ago and set up shop, and I've been meaning to get out, but you know how it is being the sole proprietor of a business in this chin of the jungle. You gotta keep it going.
And how has business been? What with this big new shiny thing they're building out there?
Oh, it's been booming, I would say. It's been very fast. People, lots of workers coming and some going, mostly coming though. They're just bringing on as many people as possible. I've been trying to secure a new location a little bit closer to that end of things, but real estate these days, it's just so expensive.
Tell me about it.
Yes, what is real estate like? Two coin now or 20 coin? I don't really understand.
I'm not familiar with this coin you speak of. Is that Earth money? Do you use coin?
Yes, we do.
Bits of them, generally.
Bits of coin. Interesting. Well, there's so much I need to learn about human society, it seems.
Sometimes we also use dirt.
You use dirt for money?
Yes. Dirt can also be a form of commerce.
Well, things seem to be going, interestingly on Earth.
Yeah. You should definitely try it out next time.
I...
Here you go.
Oh, absolutely I will. He's not going to at all. So, you're new around here. I hope I'll be seeing you more than just the one. Unfortunately, we get a lot of stopovers. I think people find their new favorite place a little bit further on in the cleaner, fancier parts. This area of the station is a little less, a little less fresh.
Yes, it seems there's like a bulkhead over there that looks very old and rusted. What's that? What's the deal with that?
Oh, that's the old ship. This used to be, this station is quite old. It's been around for a very long time. And, you know, they tried repairing it for a long time, and it turns out that it's just cheaper to keep building new parts on and sort of letting the other ones fall off.
Do they collect the old bits at all?
Oh, yes. There's, the ship's AI handles most of that. I think it's on a sort of decommissioned structure. At the end of the day, I think this will be the final place that will remain. So we'll be at one end of the station, and the wormhole will be at the other. It's a slow process, though. I think I don't actually know why. I know very little of what goes on back there.
Do you ever have employees from other employees from Crocker? Like, who's the hot goss about? What's your name?
My name is Galliar Kum. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, this is your place.
Yes, I did say that.
Oh, I'm still recovering from that mind-altering fucking drink you gave me.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, no, it was fantastic. I will definitely have a bit. I'm a regular.
I can't wait.
This is out of my hands. I'm a child. I mean, no, I'm very grown up.
So, well, we do get some people coming through. Unfortunately, some of them seem to have disappeared. They don't come around anymore. There's one fellow by the name of Oliver. He seemed to come by quite a bit. And there was another one, a fellow by the name of Ichiko. He would always come by and, very curious, asked me a lot about myself, about other people. Seemed to be a person who was very intrigued with the world. But I haven't seen either of them in quite some time. I'm sure they've found another place that's far nicer than this one.
Yeah. Are you afraid of your spot being bought and torn down or anything? Do you make decent money here?
Oh, the money is pretty decent, I think. Again, we don't get a ton of repeat customers, but we do get a lot of travelers coming through for the first time who are curious to stop and have a drink. I made this sort of human-themed bar to try and make you all a little more comfortable. Found a couple of magazines.
What does a bar look like on your planet?
Well, we don't really have bars per se. Ours is we do imbibe together, but it's more of I guess closer to what you would call tea than.
Oh, okay.
Is it boozy?
No, we don't actually really possess the capacity to process alcohol.
How unfortunate.
Well, we still have our fun.
Clearly, judging by whatever the hell she just drank.
He takes a sip of it. There's absolutely no reaction whatsoever. Yes, quite mild. Very lovely.
Mild? Oh my god. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh, you should see. I found a bottle of I think it was made by my grandfather. May he rest in peace. It was over 200 years old. That shit would blow your socks off, probably literally in your case.
Oh yeah, we got a party soon.
I'm down to learn how you humans party. It sounds like a good time.
Right on.
So, is there anything else I can do for you?
What are this pangolin and the robo-human with a plant inside them? They're sort of chilling. Are they dressed like travelers, like corporate jockeys?
They seem to be sort of, well, I mean, the robot's not really dressed at all.
Sure.
The other one seems to be dressed in sort of comfortable traveling attire. They are, it looks like it has a jacket on that almost it has lots of little holes for all the spines. So it looks like it's probably a real pain in the ass to get on and off. But because it's like you have to sort of mesh them through.
Certainly.
either that or it was a jacket that didn't have holes and now most certainly does. And they're comfortably dressed. They don't seem to be workers.
Oh, are there living quarters on this place as well? Like it's like someplace you can just live if you're not working.
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
there are pod hotels. I mean, this is like the size of a city. There's
Okay.
lots of living quarters.
Cool.
Most of it happens to just be in the nice end, not in the dank end.
Oh, that makes sense.
I asked one before you head out. What's the local politics like here?
The politics. Well, I don't busy myself too much. Certainly not with the far end. As I said, there is a sort of, well, a fatalism, I suppose, with this older ship that's, well, it's been around for a long time. It's slowly being decommissioned, and as far as I can tell, everyone who is there, well, I mean, they'll leave before it's decommissioned, but it's difficult to say. As for the rest of it, I tend not to busy myself with politics too much. The enjoyment of beverages is more my cup of tea, as it were.
You might want to start following it, because they could rezone your stuff, and hey, you're out of a job.
Well, if that happens, I'm sure I'd be able to take my business elsewhere.
Okay. Well, that's it for me. Thank you.
Well, it has been an absolute pleasure getting to meet all of you. I look forward to speaking with you more in the future.
Do you
Absolutely.
ever do like open mic nights? Kyler's looking over at the stage with the ukulele.
Oh boy.
Of course.
What's an open mic night?
Oh, okay. So it's a wonderful human tradition where everyone performs, and the person who performs the best is the champion, right? Like, I would never do an open mic because I'm above it. But if perhaps you did and someone named like Skylar showed up and tried some new material or something, it's an Earth thing, I think.
Are you a musician?
Moi?
Oh no.
C'est moi?
Hazel's just taking like big gulps of beer at this point. Just oh god.
I've been known to dabble.
Excellent. He walks over. He crosses the bar in just a few strides. I mean, this is he a long boy, and he picks up delicately the ukulele and brings it over to you, and he says, "What is this?"
You know, I'm not entirely sure. It's like a rounded plunk box, it looks like. And I take it because
Oh, no.
he worked with electronic stuff his whole life. He's a pop star.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'll pick it up and I'll play around with it. Like, I've seen photographs.
I found this in one of the junk planets. I was out there. Well, I actually got stuck there for a little bit. Story for another time. And I happened across this thing, and it was so marvelous. I've never fully understood what it's supposed to do.
Does it have strings?
Let's see. It has 3 out of its 4 strings. It is missing it's missing the highest one.
Okay.
No, it's missing the lowest one. It's missing the lowest.
Okay. Kyler is just gonna like sort of strum across it for a few, and see if he can figure out how it all works. Like,
Make that check. let's see. I'm not sure this is going to be a full... I mean, you're just trying to learn this, right?
I think so. He knows like chords and how to he knows some basics of music theory and construction, I think. But he's just never played on physical pieces. He's played more on keyboards or something.
Okay.
He's never done stringed
will-
instruments, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah. I'm going to have you do a wits roll
Okay.
to see if you can figure it out.
Oh boy.
If you would like to push into a performance, I will let you use that little thing that you do where you can
Ooh, crowd pleaser.
boost when
Yes,
you're doing it.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will let you boost in that way, but it's going to be wits as opposed to manipulation.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna just sort of start humming as he plunks a few of the strings, and sort of hears where they sit and starts humming something accompanying it, more so with his voice as the main focal point than the ukulele, just to justify all of that. And it's a fresh new chapter. Do I push already on something so arbitrary? Kyler does.
Kyler does. Oh yeah, first point of
Woo!
darkness.
Okay, that is 2 successes all day.
Okay. 2 successes and a point of darkness for moi. All right, partial success. You are able to figure out the tuning. You get it in tune, and you start to play. It's a little challenging. It's missing a string. But with the top 3, you're able to get some basic 3-note chords going, and you start to strum, you start to hum, and you can tell people are, the surrounding people are kind of into it. A couple of them seem a little annoyed. The large pangolin alien sort of looks over at you and says,
What are you doing?
I'm making music, clearly.
and he turns and goes back. And doesn't seem particularly into it.
Philistines.
And I mean, you are also really close to him, so he's sort of he gets up and moves around to the other
I
side.
follow him.
You
I'm
do
just
so?
walking through the bar playing this ukulele okay, fine.
All right. You do so. You walk through the bar following him, and he kind of goes over to one of the corners and sets his drink down, and you can tell he's just trying to be real ginger about it, but he also is not enjoying this.
All right, I back off. He was just being a brat, so I wanted to be a brat back. I go back to
right.
play to the rest of the room, but I wasn't gonna let him
As you leave, you can see he sighs with relief, picks up his glass, and breaks it immediately.
Amazing. I love it.
And just
Perfect.
sighs and goes back to the bar. And Galliard goes, yeah, here we are. And gets out another glass. And you see he pulls out essentially a cardboard box. He pulls out a fresh one. And it looks like he probably has gone through a lot of them. You don't know how long he's been here, but the trash bin is looking pretty full of glasses.
Damn.
And yeah, so you
guy.
yeah. Galliard is seems very pleased, and he says, "Well, you are welcome to come back and play that any time you would like."
Oh boy, something to look forward to on this desolate space station planet Daedalus.
Great save.
Perfect.
thought so.
Flawless.
Thank you.
Absolutely flawless.
He does not seem to notice. He's busy sweeping up the the shards of glass.
Broken glass.
Broken glass.
I do have just one more question before we go, because I don't want to hold us up too much longer. I asked about like the shopping. You had mentioned that there was like duty-free shopping zones, and I asked him
Yes.
about all of that.
Well, yes. There's shopping throughout. It's basically anything you'd like to find is there. It's all brought in by Crocker Industries, and well, you know, you get paid, you spend it there. There's food, there's drink, there's clothing, electronics, things of that nature. Whatever your heart may desire, my guess is you can find it here.
You think the Big Croc would have given us a discount, huh?
I would not think that, no.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah. At least 20%. Jeez.
Right?
Everything's so expensive.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, at one point it wouldn't be a thought, but now, oh, money. How do you guys do it? And dirt.
Is there anyone around us right now?
There are a few humans, and there's still the plant robot that seems to be hanging out, who you're not entirely sure, Kyler, but it seemed like they enjoyed your music a
The plant
lot.
robot? Aw.
Yeah, plants like music.
Aw, this is true.
So yeah, there are a few people around, but you could find a quiet corner if you wanted to chat unheard.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say something, but I'm not going to.
Oh.
Okay.
Too many people around.
Nice. Well, I don't want to keep you from your new jobs, whatever it is, but do come back whenever you'd like. Oh, and he holds out a little chip reader and says, your payment, please.
No, I'd take some pocket dirt out.
Pocket say.
Some pocket dirt. Not even dirt that was in Oka's pocket. Like specially curated.
Special pocket,
Mm-hmm.
some pocket loam. So, you pay, and he nods, thanks you, and says, I look forward to talking with you again in the future. And he busies himself. He helps other patrons. He, there's stuff, there's people going on. He makes another drink for the large pangolin alien and sets it down, puts a little napkin under it, and the pangolin picks it up and immediately breaks it again.
I buy
Aw.
the pangolin's drink.
You do so?
Like when Galliar comes back around, I'm like, hey, just real quick, and I just sort of like wave my, I don't know, Pip Boy.
You
past the
bip.
chip reader. Bleep, bleep.
You bip it, and then it
But,
bips.
but not a Pit Boy because we don't want those Microsoft
yes.
angries.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's
My Pap Boy.
yeah.
No, that's not good either.
I
That's
don't,
not
I don't
good
want
either.
that. No. No,
That's a
thank
bad
you.
one.
Oh, wow.
You smear it across the. No, thank you. No.
I buy
No.
the drink.
You buy the drink. He notices and seems heartened, and he sort of
You're gonna love
There we
me
go.
someday.
he picks up the drink, doesn't break it, sort of cheers you in the air, and then pounds his.
This is the guy that we almost got in a fight with.
Yep. Kyler's got Kyler's got a way with people. It's not always the best way, but it is a way.
Are we real quick, like vibe check with the group? Are we on our way out, or are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm personally on my way. I don't know about.
I'm totally cool. I didn't mean to hold us up this much. I was just playing
No,
in
no,
this
it was-
space.
No.
I was asking if we were sticking around. I was gonna go talk to the pangolin. But if we are leaving,
I
will
mean, you
leave with
can
everyone.
talk to the penguin.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
All right, you leave. You're back out in the. Oh, did you guys drink your? Kyler, did you drink your tiki
I
drink?
do. What exactly does it taste like?
Have you ever had a tiki drink called the Zombie.
Yes.
It's one of those.
Ooh.
It's like a 3-drink strong drink. As you're walking,
Slightly
You
swaying
see,
just a little bit.
yeah. Also, interestingly, Nikiri is also swaying a little bit. And Nikiri comes up to you, Hazel, and goes, "Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
I drank a bunch of this drink while Kyler was distracting everybody, and it was really good. But I might, yeah."
Yeah, I'm just gonna put my arm. She's shorter than me. I'm gonna put my arm around her shoulder.
She's so short. She is tiny. She is
Yeah.
petite.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put my arm around her shoulders. Like it's okay. It's okay. We got this.
Feels
I'm
like-
just gonna.
Feels like I'm being hugged on every side.
Oh no! Oh no! Baby's first drunk.
You head out. There's shopping that can be done if you'd wish. There's also, as I said, there's the corridor that leads down the nicer area, and the the shitty door with the one lone guard who looks incredibly bored standing in front of it.
I'm gonna see if we can find like some sort of carbs to get Nikiri on our walk to meet up with the board
Sure.
guard.
Yeah, there's
Not anything big, but like, you know, the bag of cookies or chips or something, you know. Mozzarella sticks.
You find a little shop that is, you know, those airport concession shops where they sell
Yeah.
like tons of magazines and also like you know, like 2 things of aspirin for like $5 for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
There's that. And in the center there's a little like blob alien. It's one of the amoebas that has a sort of glowing radiant central orb inside it, sort of nucleus that glows.
Yeah.
And yeah, you find some potato chips.
Potato chips and like a glass of water,
Yeah,
bottle of water. Just, you know, you're gonna want these.
the alien, you set them down. The alien sort of like grabs it and doesn't just fully. It's like it's trying to grab it, but mostly it's just engulfing it and sliding it along.
Oh, adorable.
And the sounds it's making are a lot. It's sort of like, you know, the sound that you make if you have slightly, not that you make, but the sound that if you have slightly loose jello,
Yeah.
just that sort of like,
Gross.
yeah.
Yum.
Just every sound it makes is that. It's just like,
Okay. Cool.
and it like it goes and slides them and over the scanner, and it like takes a few times because there's the code is like getting stuck inside it. It's like working to rotate it and sort of struggling, and it finally gets it, bips it, and then slides them over to you, now covered in a strange alien slime. And it
Try to like shake it off, you know,
it shakes off.
CTA slime on your bottle.
It shakes off, and it actually doesn't smell much like anything at all. It has sort of like a very neutral smell to it, and it sort of pushes forward a little scanner for your bip boy. That's too close
Yay.
still. That's not legally distinct enough. The bip girl. Where do the boys get to have all the fun?
Awesome.
And
Yeah,
yeah, you got some potato chips in the water.
Awesome. Yeah, I do that for her. She's gonna want that.
Oh yeah, she eats them like just by the fistful, and she's just like, "Oh, this is so good, so good. Why are potato chips so good?"
I'm just gonna like pat her, you know, between the shoulder blades. Just okay.
Do so.
I'm trying not to just break down laughing. This is too good.
Little sheltered baby.
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to do before moving on?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna
I'm good.
go solve this murder.
Hell yeah. Okay. You head over to the shitty door where there's a lone Union guard leaning against the wall. And as you approach, they sort of look up and they look up at you and go,
State your business.
New hires. We work here. Do we have any identification?
yeah, you have ID. You were given ID.
Cool. I show, like, on my little zip.
Cool. Great.
He presses a little intercom thing on his helmet, and you hear him say,
New hires coming in. All right, cool.
and then he just goes back to
You
to
certainly
leaning.
love your job. Yeah.
I love being stuck on the ass end of a ship. It's fantastic.
I mean, a slow workday has to be a good workday, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I guess.
Your boss doesn't come around as much when it's slow, right?
That is true. Yeah. It's always slow. Nothing ever happens over here, you know? It's just boring.
Yeah. How long have you been working here?
Oh, God. Year and a half, I think. Stationed here. Just, you know, with the decommission, it's really just exclusive personnel, so I thought, you know, keep out the riffraff, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's coming in, though. It's just, I mean, it's like this whole thing's basically empty, except for a few weirdos. No offense.
None taken. Yeah, I get it. Being bored, it's a lot. But you know, before you know it, you'll just you'll be dead, and you don't have to worry about it.
God, I can only hope.
Great talk.
This is going to be a fun orientation, I bet.
So many upbeat people.
The door opens, and you see a small, mousy-looking boy with glasses and just sort of messy hair. And he's in like a little golf cart. And he pulls up and he goes, hey, everybody. Hi, you're the new recruits, right? Yeah?
Yep.
That would be yeah. That would be us.
Indeed.
Great. Good. Cool. My name's Nate. I'm the first mate. I'm the first mate. And
You're Nate, the first mate.
call me Nathan.
Do you prefer Nate or Nathan?
Well, now I prefer Nathan because I hate that a lot. And yeah, I'll be showing you to your bunks. We'll get you all set up. Anyway, he turns. Yep. And sees you, Kyler, and just goes, "Oh my God,
Kyler's fine, but
you're
yes.
Kyler."
Go ahead and say it.
You're
Yep.
Kyler Morgan Davies. You're Kyler Morgan Davies. Why is Kyler Morgan Davies? Am I awake?
I pinch him.
Ow!
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Oh, someone's recognized you, Kyler.
I feel it finally, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, my just dues have finally come.
I mean, you were great, but you're no Macaulay Culkin like 8, you know, the 8th. You know.
Look, we all know Macaulay Culkin VIII was genetically engineered to be the perfect actor. We get it, all right? But I have some natural-born talent going on here that I need people to recognize.
Nikiri looks over and says, Dick, what are they talking about?
Amazing.
Don't mind her, Nate. She's
Oh,
nobody.
because she's still drunk.
You're a fan, Nate.
Yeah. Do you watch moving pictures? You watch moving pictures now. I don't know what form they are now, but the hologram pictures.
The ones they
is
project
Oka
directly
90?
into your mind.
I don't know. Yeah, she just talks that way.
Have you been to a talkie recently?
Yeah. No, she was raised around a bunch of older folks, so she's like, yeah, the talking pictures, you know.
Older folks and an AI named Marshmallow.
And I mean Marshmallow. Yeah, you go. I'm keeping it as canon. Yeah, this
there you
moving
go.
pictures.
Cool. Moving picture. Are you asking Nikiri that?
Yes.
She goes, no. I mean, mostly, it's just, I play a lot of games and stuff.
I'm sure
Have I-
there's like, yeah.
I told you guys about, there's this one, and she
Okay.
starts to, like, drunkenly tell you,
It's.
and Nate is standing there, just waiting.
Is she drunk? Oh my god, how did I miss that? Oh my.
Oh yeah, she is.
How did she get drunk?
When did that
Drank
happen?
from
let
your
her get drunk?
drink. I drank your drink while you were playing on the plane.
No. I'm trying to cover her mouth. Just like, don't tell him, don't tell him.
Great. I didn't know she even got down. Well, I can't wait till she tries some of these suitcases full of drugs that I have.
Nimble grabs you by your collar, and she's just like, if I find out that you have put a single drug into her, I will personally and with zero compunction put you into space.
You should do that.
That's not great because space is a vacuum, right? I would.
Yeah.
Oh, you're threatening me. Okay. Yeah. You didn't have to grab me to do that. You could have just said that.
I don't know if you need to hear this, but I get this weird sense that maybe you do. Grafters don't do drugs, they don't drink alcohol, and you shouldn't drug them. I don't know why I get this sense, but I get a sense that you should probably know this about them.
Yes. I will keep that in consideration. Thank you for letting
Is
me.
Nikiri a grafter?
She is.
Oh.
She's also a teenager.
Ah, yeah.
Because I am also part grafter.
I knew Nimble
Look
was a
at
grafter.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not. But I feel like there's a kindred
I don't
spirit
think that's how
between
that works. I don't
Right?
think that's how that works.
I have an arm, and you guys have some parts, and then like, boom. Okay, I get the point. I'll stop talking now.
But-
Nimble just turns away from you and just sort of inserts herself between you and Nikiri.
That's probably a good idea. This is why I don't have children now.
Nate says, so you all know each other?
We're part of a specialty team from Crocker.
Yeah.
We come and sort of lift productivity in places that are lacking.
Yes, they call us Walrus Team 8.
Why Walrus Team?
Walrus he starts like flipping through his notes. Walrus team.
It's not on the book.
No, it's not on the books.
It's a little
We're
more
very discreet.
Oh.
That's why you call in the walrus. You know that old saying?
What?
Yeah.
Whenever something needs to be discreetly taken care
Yeah,
of, you gotta get yourself a walrus.
I don't.
That's right. That's right.
Oh.
What? Why?
I don't know. Tyler is just sort of raising his eyebrows at Nate, like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you
talking
know.
about?
Nate is so
You know.
starstruck that he just nods and says, right. Call the walrus. Yeah, absolutely.
Cuckoo
We're
Cuckoo.
WT7.
Cuckoo Cuckoo.
We're WT7. Wha- I hate everything.
Okay. A nice productive session this has been.
Hey,
Yeah, what have we done? We've gotten to the space station,
Mhm.
We got
angered a
it-
pangolin,
we got an 18-year-old drunk.
got an 18-year-old drunk, and now we've canonically sort of reinvented human lexicon and jargon.
Walrus Team 7. Holy shit. Okay. Nate says, "Oh, sure. So normally the people are we just get who we have, but if Crocker sent someone in, well, that doesn't really surprise me. Things have been a little messy, I guess, with the decommissioning and all. Anyway, why don't we've got a little ways to go, and this cart doesn't really move very fast. So, would you like to hop on?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kyler goes over, yeah.
Yeah. Nakira's like, hell yeah, and like hops onto the back and is just like, woo, let's go.
She's fun like this, honestly. A lot less stabby, a lot more playful.
Nimble just sort of like just does that thing where she's sort of pressing her finger into her eyelids, and then she just goes, yeah, okay, let's go. You all board. The cart starts up with this little sad electric like ring sound, and it takes off slowly down the hall. As you go, the guard goes, bye, whatever, and then the doors shut. And you are in the old space station.
Yeah.
It is a lot less nice. And as you go along the corridors, it gets worse. You see like vent covers that are barely hanging on. You see bits of ceiling tile that have fallen out, exposing the harsh fluorescent lights overhead. It's a very sad state of affairs. Like an office building that's being emptied out. It's rough.
Yeah.
And the cart slowly tracks along, and Nathan goes, so, you're, okay, Kyler, how are you here? Why are you, how did you wind up, you work for Crocker?
Yes, all of us do. They took me on as sort of an adjunct brand ambassador, right? I'm sort of here to make sure that the decommission is as smooth and sound as possible. So, Nate, really, if there have been any sort of hiccups at all in the decommissioning process, we're sort of the team that would be best to talk to about that.
All right, I'm going to have you roll a manipulation for this.
Sure. Yeah.
Manipulate that poor boy.
Yes, little child, tell me all your secrets. Okay, that is 2 successes. Question about light points.
Yes.
It would bump up if I were to burn one of my 2 light points, because we get 2 now that we're in chapter 2, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
It would bump me. So out of 8 dice, I rolled 2 successes, and if I were to burn a light point, that would bring me to a critical success.
Indeed, it would.
I'm probably gonna end up regretting this later, but I'm gonna burn one of my 2 light points, please and thank you.
All right, light point burned. You get a critical success. I mean, Nate has swallowed everything that you have told him, hook, line, and sinker. And he says, well, it hasn't all been great. There's, well, okay. Since you guys are being brought in to sort of investigate, I guess, smooth it out, I feel like I can probably tell you this. So there, people keep killing themselves.
No, I had heard nothing about this.
Is Hazel the only person playing it cool when he tells us this?
Apparently so.
Okay, cool.
Oh no.
Yeah, how?
Either
Who?
at all, ever.
When?
What?
Themselves?
What?
Surely not themselves.
Yeah,
That's
well,
crazy.
there've been a bunch
Themselves?
of them. And they've
Killing
been,
themselves?
it's weird. They all sort of walk out the airlock. There have been 5 of them spaced roughly a month apart.
Once a month.
Yeah, it's really weird. And well, then there's the other thing. He you round a corner in the cart, and one of the doors that should be open, one of the hatchways is closed. And Nate gets out and goes, "Ah, man, hang on a sec." And he goes over and he starts pressing a couple buttons. Come on. And he enters in a code. And then suddenly, the other door behind you shuts. And alarms start going off.
What the fuck?
The walls open, and out pours a swarm of little bots.
I don't fucking like this.
You realize instantaneously that
What the hell?
this is what you were seeing when you were flying in. You're seeing them up close now. And they just start flowing out. Nate goes, "Oh God, oh jeez," and he runs and just dives under the car, and he goes, "This is the other thing, this is the other thing." And I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative, please.
What is this, Nate? What is this thing? What is it?
You didn't think it was gonna be easy now, did you? No, it ain't. Space ain't no walk in the park. It's more like a walk in, well, space. Cold and dark and full of mysteries. But what further mysteries await our heroes aboard the space station Daedalus? Well, you best stick around, because let me tell you, you will find out. Next time on Astronautica.
Hey everybody, Matt here, your friendly neighborhood GM. I just wanted to take a moment and thank you all so much for listening to our podcast. We have a ton of fun making it, and I hope you have as much fun listening to it because it's great. If you like our show and want to support us, please check us out on Patreon, where for as little as $1, you can help us keep this going. Also, I just wanted to take a moment to thank my wonderful players, Ian Mutiner, Benjamin Timothy Jenkins, and Lauren Alice Dinney. They are wonderful and they ruin all my plans, and I literally could not do this without them, so I am eternally grateful. I also wanted to take a moment to thank Shersty Jorgensen, who designed our awesome logo, and also to thank Harrison Campion, who is my musical partner in crime. Anytime you hear a sick bass lick, that's Harrison. He's pretty great, and he's far more talented than I am, so I'm happy to have him around. I also want to take a moment just to thank my wife, Angie Feek, for all of her love and support, and for her continued input in the story. She's already made it so much better, and I'm super grateful. And finally, thank you to EJ Schumacher and Lauren Pratt, our first 2 ever Patreon supporters. We're so grateful. Seriously, there's a lot of cool stuff. Get in on that. There's unedited shows where you can see how much we don't know what we're doing. You get all of the music from the shows. So if you just want to like listen to some sci-fi ambient stuff, there will be one-shots that we run, and it might not be me. It could be Ian or Ben or Lauren, any of us doing this. So there's a lot of really great content for you to check out. Go over to our Patreon, check it out. And finally, thank you all so much for listening. You guys are great. Stick around. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up.